found an old video on my phone that I apparently recorded and never put up. So here's an old Connors Comics video from however many months ago. Who knows? So I went to a couple comic book shops over the week. I went to a couple of different flea markets, a couple of yard sales, a bunch of different stuff. And I found some okay stuff. Nothing too crazy, but I found some stuff. I did buy a small collection this week as well. And the video should already be up for that, so go check that. Should be like one of my latest hauls. Go check that out if you haven't already. But I picked up some exciting stuff. Let's jump into first the stuff I picked up from Frankenstein Comics in Woodbury, New Jersey. Went to talk about Buddy Bill. And I picked up some cool stuff. I did a video on this book actually in the past. I think it was 5 comics the market has all wrong. Is this first Silver Age Plastic Man? It depends on who you ask. Me personally, I don't consider it, but I still think it's a cool book to keep an eye out for. So I picked it up. This is the first time you see Plastic Man in a Silver Age comic, but it's not actually Plastic Man. It's actually Robbie, I forget his last name, the Italian for Hero Kid. But and then later, you would have Plastic Man #1, his first appearance of Plastic Man Jr., which is not the character from, Quality Comics back in the day. And then number 7 or 9 or something like that from the run is when Plastic Man Sr., the one depicted here, would show up. And so which of those 3 books really is the first appearance? Go check out my video to find out my opinion on that. So pick that up. I also picked up Steve Zodiac and Fireball XL5. This is, I love these old gold keys. I actually have a stack of gold keys here. It's a soft spot for me. There's only one issue with this run, so that's an easy run to do. And this is a ridiculous show from, I think, the 50s, where everyone's a puppet, which is, it's really weird. Yeah, you usually have to see it to understand what I'm saying. But it's a weird show. But it was, it's a cool book and it caught my eye, and I like the cover. I like a lot of these like almost painted. I believe they're painted covers. They're awesome. Just like this Robot Magnus Fighter. I want to say this is issue. I can't remember. This might be 2, honestly, but I can't remember. So I picked that up. I picked up issue 3 of Dr. Solar Man of the Atom. These are both runs that I'm working on at the moment. And I kind of just started on Magnus. About halfway done Dr. Solar Man. I have a lead on number 1. Fingers crossed. Dr. Solar Man of the Atom. I think this is like 14, if I remember correctly. The short cover. Was this the... No, I'm sorry. This is the short cover. Yeah. So, that was a pretty cool book. I love this run. And then Strange Suspense Stories. I forget which issue this is, of course. They didn't put them on the cover. But this is an awesome Ditko Captain Atom issue. Always love these old Charlton books. It's another thing I would like to do, all like the Blue Beetle, the Captain Adams. And there's one more run I'm forgetting. But like the Peacemakers are cool too. And there's some cool Charlton stuff out there. So that was not too bad. And then I was out at flea markets, and yard sales, stuff like that. I picked up, this one guy had, I think, 5 for $1, or 6 for 5 is what his deal was, something like that. So I got 7 books for $5. It kept an ash can as a book. So I got Deathbait Black, first appearance of Gen 13. I always pick this book when I see it for like less than $1. Just because, why not? I mean, you want the gold version, of course. And then actually, there was 2 of them. I picked up this Marvel 2-in-1 just to flip through. It's awesome Ghost Rider Ben Grimm crossover. Ghost Rider #1. Alejandro Jones. Little Shop of Horrors #1. Classic. Horror classic. Flash Gordon. I don't know what issue this is, but it's part of the Whitman era of Flash Gordon. Another run on quietly, but that's an awesome main cover. And then this awesome Fantastic Four Magnolia wraparound ash can. See if I can. So you can kind of say I don't want to pop it up too hard, but this was cool. Kind of as a throw-in per se, but I'm not familiar with this one, so excuse me. So not too bad. And then kept on bebopping around. One guy had everything on his table was 50 cents. So excuse me. I picked up a random movie. I don't know where it is now. But I got Star Wars Legacy. It was a trade paperback, and I was like, I think I've read that before. I can't remember, so I just grabbed 50 cents. And then 2 copies of this Troublemakers #1. Because for 50 cents, why not? And then this guy that was out there set up me $1 bins. And so I got Dynamo Joe. It's a great run that I saw when I went to Toy Dome earlier this year, a month or two ago. And but a guy wanted like $5 piece for him instead, so I picked him up for $1 piece. I didn't get the whole run, I got like 5 issues, but it's a nice little chunk. Homer's New Masterpiece number 6. I believe that's the A cover, and then some awesome Mr. Monsters. Buddy Sean's got me onto this book, and like that cover's awesome. Although I can't remember if I have this one. I have to double check. But for $1, why not? Why the hell not? You know what I mean? And then let's see. Then this one guy, he had a couple of price comics. He had like this, the Beyond reprint for $2. So I was like, usually $2 is, I try to be at $1 on these. But he had a Committee #1 for $3. So I just grabbed the pair for $5 because I figured that's fair. Because this is a really sharp Committee 1. Maybe not a gradable copy. But at first glance, it may be in the 9s. So that's pretty. I love. This is one of my favorite Kirby keys, honestly. Well, at least one of the most underrated Kirby keys, in my opinion. That's an awesome book. And another guy who actually, a buddy of mine sold a collection he bought off of this guy, and then I bought that collection. That makes any sense. He had more books out, and he was doing, I think, 2 for $5 or something like that. Or we cut a deal. I don't even remember. I got like Ghost Rider number 9. It's nice, cool run fillers. Some Bronze Age horror books. We got Super Dracula 36. Ghost Rider number 14, that awesome Orb issue, and Werewolf by Night number 7. They're not high grade or nothing like that, but, you know, for cheap, why not? And then we've got, I picked up off my buddy Hobby Stable. We had cut a deal. I think I paid $15 or less than $15, or I can't remember. But we got this awesome Tarzan trade paperback with this cool Frazetta cover. He had a couple of them, but I went with this one because I love Frazetta. He's one of my favorite artists. Mystery Comics Digest. It's also Whitman series. It's literally like a little mini comic. They're pretty cool. That's it's just a fun thing I'm putting together as I see them. Just because, you know, if you see it for cheap, they're just neat. And there's a couple of like first appearances in there. Miss Marvel number 17. This is the Mystique issue. It's not a high grade copy, but for pretty much what I spent, I was not going to leave it there. We got Boris Karloff. I don't know what issue this is, but if I remember correctly, I think I opened this one up. I know for a fact the other one has it because I already had a copy, but I picked the second one because the cool thing about these gold key books, and I know there's a couple of them. I know there's a Ripley's Believe It or Not. I know there's at least 2 Boris Karloffs. The Grimm Mystery Tales or Fairy Tales or whatever it is. But there is an early Mark Jewelers ad before it is an insert. So that's just a regular Mark Jewelers ad. It's not an insert. It's just a full page ad. So I think that's kind of neat. Sort of a little piece of history per se. So I picked that up. And this issue also, pop the sticker off there, also has that. So I picked one of these up recently as well. So now I have 2 copies of this one, and I've got one of those. I just think it's neat. And then this is one of my favorite Marvel books from this era. She's Ever Daily says Nightcat. This was a weird promo thing that Stan Lee had come up with, where they actually had based this off of like a real girl who they had made like a record with, and they were trying to make her like get her into the music industry, you know, so they designed the character off of her, and they were trying to make the comic to tie into the music character persona. Never took off. It never took off, and you know, you can kind of see why, I guess. But it's just kind of neat. It's cool there to keep an eye out for in like the dollar bins and stuff, just because I think it's cool. It's like a random little piece of Marvel history. So I picked those up while I was out about, and then I also sprung by Stormwatch Comics, and I picked up a couple things. Got a Comics Collector magazine for $1. Always love flipping through these, just because like the old articles in there are fun to look at, and you know, it's always good, interesting stuff to read, or cool. Every once in a while there's like preview appearances of characters, and there's an article or two in here I wanted to thumb through. Yeah, one about like Golden Age Shadow, what evil lurked in Shadow Comics. stuff like that always catches my eye. So for a buck, why not? Same thing with like I do with a lot of those fanzines, like Comic Interview 115, Bram Stoker's Dracula on the front. You got a preview for the Previews magazine for the Death of Superman. That's yeah. Well, there's some cool stuff in here. There's always good artwork mixed throughout, and I don't know. They're always just worth picking up for a buck, in my opinion. Just as a sheer comic fan. I can't remember. I feel like I have this already, but I don't know. But it's Terror from Beyond Space. I feel like I had that, but it wasn't in my CLZ, and it's a thing that would be. Spider-Man, this little ash can caught my eye. Spider-Man, the Enforcers are back. And then this Atlas Comics, John Target, Manstalker. Isn't it awesome? I love some of the Ditko Atlas stuff's really, really stellar. And then I had also picked up this Man with a Screaming Brain bust. I'm not really a bust guy, but there's not a lot of Man with Screaming Brain stuff out there. I like this movie. I'm a big Bruce Campbell fan. I'm a big Sam Raimi fan. Although I don't think Sam Raimi did this movie. Eddie, I don't think so. But it'll go up on my my shelf up top because I have the DVD for this movie, and I also have the comics for this movie. So I'll pick like the best cover probably and pop it up. I don't know if you can kind of see it. My perimeter has like a comic and an action figure or bust or whatever it may be in front of it. So boom. So for a couple bucks, he's pretty cool. I like the movie, so why not? I have one of those like discs that you can spin. I gotta get that back out when I do videos like this. But yeah, what was it, $20 or whatever? He's pretty cool. He's pretty cool pickup. So overall, nothing too crazy. The most exciting thing was this. Yeah, they're doing Godzilla and Kong versus the Justice League. That's gonna be awesome. But I'm a Godzilla guy, so I'm a little biased, I guess. It's probably gonna be stupidly awesome. I'm looking forward to that. Other than that, nothing too shabby. Like I said, check out my other video about the collection I picked up. There was some stellar books in there. I mean, that's a lot of stuff like this. You know what I mean? So if you haven't checked that, go check that video out. And, of course, follow me here on Facebook and Instagram for more daily content. I post up here pretty much every day. I've fallen behind on the shorts recently, as I feel like I keep on saying. But one of my goals today is to get caught up on that. And then, of course, I try to post that daily. I try to post 1 to 2 videos a week on the like full videos on the channel. And I post on Instagram and Facebook throughout the week, stuff like that. Do like Tales from a Hunt, where I talk about going out and actually hunting for this stuff. People I ran into, stuff I didn't buy, people I know, people I met, stuff like that. Cool little stories. And, join the Facebook group Fandoms Unleashed for more daily content and personal discussions, behind the scenes look at comics. You go in there talk about a comic book you read, whatever. So, man, that's all linked down in the description. Until next time, peace.